Where's Elon at? Did he approve that? What happened to him?
You know,
He's buying Tesla
Elon.
stock. That's what he's doing.
I heard Elon in an interview recently, and he concluded that the government is a very hard beast to tame. And the conversation pivoted to the well-known fact that he is trying to turn humanity into a multiplanetary species. And he specifically said, in the event that something goes wrong on Earth, it is not the end of consciousness, which I thought was a poignant way of saying that. Because we know that there's been at least 8 extinction level events that have already occurred on this planet. So probabilistically, certainly probabilistically, it's not going to happen in our lifetime. But probabilistically, we as humans, as a race, are not going to be, on this planet for very long without something big happening.
Right.
So we've doubled our odds by going to the next planet. So,
which some say is where we came from.
Right. Oh, I was not aware of that.
Well, because you think about this is one of those deep thinking moments that I have oftentimes when I think, because it's like we live in sometimes we live in the confines of our own timeline in terms of our thought and technological advancements and whatnot. Like the Earth has been here for 4.6 billion years,
right?
Or 6,000 if you read the Bible. But anyway, the 4.6 billion years, there could have been, so I know we have science and understanding, or like there could have been other situations where we had far surpassed our technological achievements, or something had surpassed our technological achievements, and it's just been erased from existence from some cataclysmic event. So it's weird to think, like, we always think that we're at the peak of human civilization and peak consciousness and understanding of our surroundings, but like we might be in the primitive stage of what was actually known at one point in time.
Yeah. No doubt. I was listening to a podcast that I will mention by name because it is very good. The Rest is History. And I was listening to a 6-part series on Mary, Queen of Scots. And they were outlining the fact that she became queen at a week old. And, everything, she was the Queen of Scotland who was raised in France for various political reasons. And they go into the stories of all of these characters, of the various monarchies of the different countries, as well as just the politically influential people of the time. And what struck me is akin to what you're saying right now. Back then in the 1500s, they felt like this was the top, baby.
Right.
Like,
we've peaked.
We've peaked. And so now we just have to, divide up the profits. That's all we got to do.
Right.
And so, like every generation, then in the 1600s, 1700s, in the 1500s, they just drew maps with dragons on the edges because they're like, all we know is that when people sail that way, they don't come back. So,
right. So
obviously there must be a dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a kraken out there.
Undoubtedly a kraken. And so then by the 1700s, they're like, wait, now we got it. No, we thought we had it. Now we got it.
Right.
So, yeah, it's always, where are we at today?
Yeah, I mean, granted, the 20th century had the largest boom. You went from literally, you could have been born with a horse and carriage to watching a man walk on the moon.
Well, and that's only 69 years in. Then there was another 30 years of the internet and everything else.
Because they say, like, we're still using tech, like the rocket tech, obviously, from that general era, or like some of the bombers and fighters.
NASA.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, I think SpaceX is running on a different program.
Right. Yeah, but it is an interesting thought experiment to kind of weave your way through the historical advancements. And to your point of every version thinks that they've, and it's not just each civilization. I mean, it's each civilization would think that.
Yeah, right.
Like the Mayans at one point were like,
we got this.
And not knowing that on the other side of the world, like there's a whole other advanced civilization going on.
Right.
Or like there's still Amazonian tribes that are undisturbed by Western society. Like they're like, hey, I don't even know what they call each other, but he lived to be 25. That's awesome. We've made it. We didn't get eaten by an anaconda this year. Like that's their measure of success.
Man, some of the descriptions of the way some of the monarchs died in the 1500s. I mean, you are a monarch, you are at the top of the food chain,
Hmm.
and they're living to 40.
Right.
But they're like, uh, in the handwritten accounts, he just had a ferocious amount of vomit, and that's how he died.